We are back again now. We are going to be talking important things. How was your day? I want to see you guys join. Today we want to be very parental. We want to be very parental, very diplomatic. Because you see, I'm in my diplomatic regalia. Then you see, especially just for tonight, I'm married. You see, it's small thing. So we are going to be talking about something very sensitive today that is really troubling our nation, our youth. You understand? That is moral decadence in our schools. For those of you who have been in Cameroon and who have been following the news, you would bear with me. You would agree with me that it's really not been easy in our schools. I think it was last year or two, a teacher was killed by students in school. Then another student killed his classmate still in school. And this year we've been hearing many other stuff happening in schools. We don't just know what's really a problem. So tonight with you, my people, we are going to try our best to make sure that we try to see what's the problem because everybody is confused right now. We don't know who to blame. Yeah, we don't know who to blame. That's why I see the question. So we are going to have a very parental talk, and I want to believe that everyone who is going to be joining is a possible is a potential parent. If you some are already parents and some are parents to be, so it's very important that we get to talk about this issue so we know what's really the problem with our youth, what's really the problem in our schools. The thing hurts me. That's why I see I'm not very energetic as usual. It hurts me so much to hear that the students would kill the lecturer. You understand? It's really, really painful. And it happens in our country, and we can't sit quiet. And we say we want to be the change of the nation. You need to lead. You need to set the ball rolling yourself. You just need to lead by example. You don't just have to be criticizing and complaining all the time. Like the other time, I was talking about late coming for minister at events, and it's a talk. It's an advice I give to myself as well. And today we are going to be talking about moral decadence. So I want to know people who are joining. I want to see you guys as you join. Please just cannot talk alone. It's our show, Funnycative Moments tonight. The network is really not doing me well, serving me well, but we're going to try our best to make it interesting and wonderful tonight. Hope you're doing great. Please join. The network is going to behave. As you can see, I'm on campus. I'm on a school campus right now. This is Boya, Asti. This is I'm on school campus now, and I had classes today, and we just finished with the lectures. All right, that's my bro. Oh, welcome, Neri Kid. So, bro, I want you to get thinking. We are going to be more interactive today. I think I will not do more of the talking. I'm just going to moderate the debate, and you people are going to be doing the talking. And on today's edition, we are discussing moral decadence in our schools. You see, the other time we recorded, yes, sir. The other time we had scenes of students in Kribi who were actually in serious. I don't know if I should call a spade, if I should call a spade, but they were doing some serious things and they were doing some kandanaki class, very serious, and then they had to videotape themselves and spread it on social media. I can imagine how a parent will feel seeing a video of a child like that exposed, and you send the child to school and the child goes for some immoral practices. It really hurts. So thank you, Neri, a potential parent. Tomorrow you'll be married and you have kids, so it's time for you to talk and to tell us what you can say about this. Personally, I'm really hurt. Personally, I have been praying and crying all day today just about this issue. So, Mr. Julius T, yourself, you are a parent. I don't know. Really, when this issue is an issue we need to look into critically. And I'm sorry. At Lycée Leclerc still. If you check well at Lycée Leclerc in Yaoundé. And yeah, wow. Thank you very much, sir. J. Kingsley Achiri, you're welcome, sir. I'm waiting on you guys. Seriously, well right now. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. So it's really painful. It's really painful as a parent to be, and something that really pains to see what's happening in our schools today. The school is meant to educate, but now the trickery, the what do I say, the most aching thing or the most confusing thing is that we don't know who to blame. But we are not yet to blame. We are yet to seek solutions. We want to know how are we going to manage these issues so that they don't happen again in our nation. How are we going to go about this? So I'm waiting on you guys. The topic is simple. Why the violences in our schools? Who do we blame? Parents? Because parents say it's a teacher. The teacher say it's a parent. And then so the parents at one point say, no, it's not a teacher now, it's a government. After they say, no, it's not a government, to some Christian parents, they accuse evil spirits. So that's what the church says, actually. The church says it's an evil spirit that you cannot fight something you don't see. You understand? So in the church believes that it's a spiritual influence on these kids, as we have many of them today who get themselves involved in very painful and disgusting at the same time practices in school milieus. A child is supposed to be learning. So I'm listening to you guys. Seriously, I should say I'm speechless on this topic. As a parent, first of all, let's start. Who do we blame in this topic? Who do we blame with this situation? Who is the cause? If you say it's a parent, please kindly tell us why, and I'm going to read out your comments. If you say it's a teacher, please kindly tell us why you think it's a teacher. If you think it's a government, tell us why you think it's a government. If you think it's a spirit, you still tell us why you think it's a spirit that has caused what we are going through in our schools today. Seriously, it's appalling. It's really appalling. So we really need to look into this matter and try try our best to be the preachers out there. Not only to our own kids or unborn kids, but to our brothers, our kid brothers, our cousins and friends, or our friends' kids. You understand? So there is one, and there are millions of ways we can handle this issue. So I'm listening to you all. Seriously, I'm listening to you. I'm waiting for your comment, Neri, Mr. Julius. I'm waiting for you. Mr. Achiri, I'm waiting for you, sir. Please just write and comment, and then we are going to discuss all together on this matter that is really a pain and ill in our nation right now. We are struggling, the government is struggling to manage Corona, and at the same time managing moral decadence in our schools. So school is supposed to be that place where people go to be educated on the best on how to live morally. But today, it's true I was not born when our parents were still going to school, but from the stories I've heard in their days, when my father even heard this story of students not attending school in their time, in their days. So what do we say? Who do we blame? Over to you, Neri, Mr. Chi, Mr. Achiri. Over to you. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you. What do you think? What can be the cause? Just forgive me, my connection is really not the best, seriously. And out there are students making noise. Thank God that the hall is really has soundproof. And out there are other students making noise, and if I should go out, I will not really be able to follow keenly. So let's just discuss. Let's really see into this matter. Mm. What's the cause of this moral decadence? Mm. Nobody is online. Hello. What's the cause? What's the cause? Please type your comments. Type your comments and I'll read them out. Please. Now, this way. Okay, I think out here is better. So, don't mind my background. I'm on campus. So I'm listening to you all, people. What's your take as far as moral decadence is concerned? In our schools, I made mention of the cases of children who kill their teachers. Some speak to teachers rudely. Oh yeah. So, Neri, Mr. T, I want to listen to you. I want to hear your take as far as this topic is concerned. Just send your comment and I'm going to discuss it. This connection is really not helping me out. Oh, God. Hey, people, I'm sorry. Oh. So let me hear what you have to say about this on this topic. So moral decadence in a milieu. What's your take? What's your take, Neriken? It's both ways. That is wrong on both parents and the school. I say so because the home is the first nurturing ground. And as the saying we go, charity begins at home. So if a child is behaving in particularly disturbing matter, the home should be first base of concern. Yeah, that's true. Actually, thank you very much, Neri. Thank you very much for this wonderful comments. It's really helping. But now, Neri, well, you started by saying in both ways, and then now we need to know there is a matter or there is the issue of the environment. Have you thought of it too? You know, the parents will never educate a child to the fullest. You understand? So it's true the home has the role to play. Then now, what do you have to say about? Let's start from the very foundation of parenting. We cannot underestimate the work of African parents on bringing up their kids, but usually the aspect of love is always most absent. Our kids are taught lessons the hard way than the way of love. The Bible says parents should train up the child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So the home has a major role in the future outcome of the child. I agree with you, Mr. Chi, but the thing is that I was brought up in the hard way. I was brought up in the hard way, Mr. Chi, beating. I'm sure you're one of those beating. Oh God. At one point I got to believe that in the course of this moral decadence in schools is just the fact that most children today are not seriously beaten by parents. You know, we have tried to we try to copy the style of the Europeans that say, no, speak to the child. Oh, you speak to your child gets angry, and the child is telling you, giving you morals. Can you give moral to my father? You see, there are things like that. So I grew up the hard way, and you see, you will never. I'm not being proud, but for 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 all the time I spent in school, you can go and check my records. I have a clean record, very clean. But I was beaten seriously, Mr. Chi. Mary, I was seriously beaten. So at one point, the parents have their role. That's true, but there's also a matter of environment. The environment today, see, it's spoiled. It's spoiled, especially with the coming of Android phones now. And you see, today, let me focus on this one of the immoral acts of these kids in Kribi. The guys were actually knocking Kanda. Abuse is never the way to go in bringing up a child, bro. Love is the way. I don't agree with you on the beating as you stress. But it worked for me. That's the thing. It worked for me. I know you don't agree because I don't know. You have your own. You may have your own the way. That's according to the way you were brought up. But I am not saying I'm going to do that. But it worked for me. Like seriously, because I grew up in an environment that was not very Christian. Yeah, I don't mean family environment, I mean social environment. It was not very Christian. I grew up in an environment where I had friends. I had friends at one point who were thieves, but never did I steal. Why? Because I had a dog in the house who would always bark, telling me that the day I will hear. You understand what I mean? I had a dog in the house who always correct me with the rod. You know, the same Bible says, spare the rod and spoil the child. Did you also read that part, Mr. G? You see, that's the issue. That's the issue. We are Africans, after all. We are Africans. So at one point, I'm not very much standing for the fact that they should be beating up kids like that. But at least, it may work. And I'm talking of Android phone, especially. My problem is Android phones now. You see a child of 14 years with an iPhone 11 now. Even if you have money, That's not a way to show how rich you are through your child by buying a child at that age phones. You know the child is going to have some a kind of a serious freedom. He may go and visit websites, and I'm very sure that's the impact of what these kids did in Creepy. Imagine you are a parent, and you are scrolling through Facebook and WhatsApp, Instagram, and then you happen to see your kid, your daughter. Now let's put yourself in that in the place of that parent. You see, this is what I'm talking about. So every parent needs to know the child. That's what I think. That as a parent, you need to know your child so that you know you actually know which correction to give to that child. You know, I think personally that's it. Not leaving the side of the teacher, but because many teachers today they complain. Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Holy Pepper. It's my honor, sir. It's my honor. It's my honor. This topic is very sensitive, and I think I don't have a lot of time. I just try to give my own small contribution. I blame the parents for the moral decadence in the society, particularly our mothers. These days we talk about what we call these days professional or career woman. So we have forgotten about the upbringing of our children. And because the mother is a career woman, she leaves the house at 6 a.m. and comes back at 6 p.m. and allow. Wow, wow, wow. No, this is really true, sir. This is really true. I don't know, but I so agree with this point. It's very pertinent. Thank you very much, Mr. Achiri. Thank you so very much. And that is true. But now, the thing I really understand the situation of of these mothers. It's not like they really want to be career women, but because of the way some of our fathers have been treating them, you see, reducing them to slaves. You see, they would not want. They will also want to, and this is also modernity. I should say so. This is all about modernity. If you check well, Mr. Achiri, all of this is all about modernity. Everything has become modern. Modern life, you don't beat a child, you don't speak anyhow to the child. Like in the modern world, in these European countries, a child can actually, unless I'm making a mistake, a child can actually sue the parents for beating him. You see? So, yes, Kingsley has a point, but the role of bringing up a child is not solely dependent on the mother. Both parents have to play. Yes, but Mr. T, no, no, I don't agree with you. You know, a father can never bring up a child as well as a mother. I'm telling you, that's why the Bible is even clear about it. The woman is a caretaker of the home. The man is a head, and the woman is a caretaker of the home. You understand that thing? She's a caretaker. It means there is no man that can take care of a home more than a woman. Seriously. I really agree with Mr. Achiri. Seriously. Seriously. The woman is a caretaker. She knows best how to manage that home. The man does not know it. I'm telling you. First of all, she's the one who carried the child 9 months in her womb. So you can't know a child you did not carry. You can't know that child more than the person who carried the child. She has many ways. There is this connection between the child and the mother that we don't know. So the mother's role should not be neglected. And if at all our men will come back to that knowledge, actually, that's it. No, sir. It is that African talk right there. Both parents have to play a 50-50 role. A big no. It is not just the job of a woman. I don't refuse. I seriously don't refuse. But there is no need, Mr. T, you trying to bring up a child and you think that you may do it more than that woman. There is no way. There is no way you can bring up a child more than a woman. This topic really is we are really going to we will need to have a part two of this topic. Seriously, it's not a matter of African talk. It's reality, and it's biblical. The Bible says man is the head of the house. The head. It means he makes decisions. Quite all right. And the woman is the caretaker of the home. You and I don't need to teach you, sir. I don't need to teach you that there is a difference between the house and the home. Home involves a family. And when you talk of family, you see a husband, a wife, and you see kids. And who is when they say caretaker? Can you what they say caretaker? What does it mean? You understand the thing? So I'm not blaming the woman, but um, if at all our mothers had the time and the respect, if they had the respect from our fathers, some of our fathers, because I thank God for the parents I have. My father so respect my mom, and when I'm talking of beating, Mr. T, seriously, my mom beats me more than my father. My father beats me. If I can count the number of times I was beaten by my father, but by my mother, it's countless because she was always there. She had a business, but she was always there for us. You see, so I really think that well, thank you very much for your contribution and keep them coming. Yeah, school should be second place of learning, not only educationally but socially. So if the students are failing in moral upbringing, then the school is failing in its second fundamental concern, and to add, environment. Mhm. Thank you, Neri. Thank you. I think that both all of them are blamed, and I even add the church in the blame. hmm I will even add the church in the blame because today, uh, yes, oh, Geraldine, GM. Thank you. Welcome, GM. I think the parents have a major role to play in the inward development of a child. Yes, the behavior of a child is a reflection of the home he or she grew up in, either their parents' home or a relative's home. What I'm trying to say, yeah, that the home nurtures the child. Hey, we need a panel discussion, oh guys. I have much to say, but that's true. That's true, sir. Myself, I have much to say. I don't know how do we do this. I think we should adjourn this. I think we should postpone or we should have a part two. This was just an introduction. Yes, this should just be an introduction because it's not. It's really something we should tackle. It's really something we should tackle. hmm I think come next Saturday we should make this happen seriously. But seriously, I blame parents because they have their role to play that they are not playing. I blame the teachers because they have theirs that they are not playing. I blame the church because their church is not playing its role. And I blame the environment because there is this bad wind that is blowing. And I blame the kid as well. Yeah, because being a respectful kid or a disrespectful kid is a choice. I could have chosen to follow my friend Boom Song, who today has gone to Kondengi 3 times. You understand? So I had many of such friends who were morally, I should say, unruly. Yeah, they were not very ruly as far as morals were concerned. Forgive me, this my network is really messing me up. I'm actually out. It is still disturbing. Sorry, I'm very sorry. I'm in Boya, and I don't know whether it's a town or I've really been suffering with connection since I moved into this town. This thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very interesting topic like this. Hello, can you hear me? Sorry, forgive me the network. The network. Sorry for that. All right. Okay, so we are back. Really, like Mr. Nobel said, seriously, we need to have a panel. We need a panel because interesting opinions are coming on this. We need a panel. We really need a panel to discuss on this. And I've seen my panelists already. Noble, Geraldine, Julius, and Kingsley, Neri. Yeah. So we are going to discuss this on a serious note here because we really need to to educate these kids. I know it's going to be possible. So, all right, this was just an introduction. Forgive my mood. Aloga is usually energetic, but it's just the fact that the topic is very sensitive and it's aching. I put myself in the shoes of those parents, in the shoes of that young teacher. He was just 26 and he was killed just like that. I put myself in the shoes of that young man who was seriously wounded by his friend. The friend actually cut off his hand with a knife, chopped off his hand. Sorry. So we are actually going to sit and discuss on this. Come next Saturday. Yeah, I'm very sure I'm going to say it's going to be a possibility. So thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you very much, Neri. Thank you very much, GM. Thank you very much, Mr. Noble. Thank you very much, Mr. Kinsley, Mr. Julius. Thanks all very much for your participation. And I have actually I have a screenshot of all what you gave as contribution. But we are going to. I really love to hear what Mr. Noble has to say on next week edition. So just remain connected, and next week is going to be hot. Yes, I'm going to be energetic. I'm coming with the rod because you spare the rod, you spoil the child. You spare the rod, you spoil the child. So my name is Aloga Holy Pepper, and I'm going to come in a hotter way. You understand? Next week to make sure that we correct this mistake and try our best to preach in our own quarters, in our houses, in our milieus. I've exceeded my time. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being present and see you when we meet next Saturday. Bye bye. I said bye.